Hello, white people. On the YouTubes, there are people talking about this country that existed and it was wiped out around World War II. It was called Tataria, and it was made up of these very advanced people. So I opened up my old books, that includes my old Bible, and this picture you're looking at here is the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris. And I'll get to why this picture is significant in just a second. So I opened up all my old books. I looked at maps. There is nothing about a Tataria that existed. So, except for a definition. I found a definition. The Tatar people are just a group of people in Central Asia. That's all I could find in my older books. And of course, I'm going to go to my Bible and look, because a lot of Bibles will have maps in it. Mostly maps of the Middle East, but sometimes they'll have maps of the world. And, okay, so I can't find any evidence in any books. I mean, on the internet, maybe you can find evidence. I don't know. I'm having a real hard time buying that Tataria even existed. The Tatar people existed, but they were not an advanced civilization. They were a Central Asian civilization, and they still exist, and they still get together, and they have events, and they have their own cuisine. It's on YouTube. Anybody can look it up. Okay, so then, and these people, they talk about a mud flood. I don't know if you're familiar with the mud flood. And I live in a place, or used to live in a place, where we had mudslides. And within minutes, a place could be covered in mud, and all signs of whatever was there it was erased by the mud. So, okay, but I don't think there was, like a Noah's Ark kind of mud flood to cover things up. But they have a lot of good questions. I mean, some of the stuff they come up with is just ridiculous, but the questions, I like the questions. I like it when anybody challenges the status quo. You got to look into it and see if any of those questions are valid. So the questions I find valid are, who built these structures, like the Notre Dame Cathedral? Who built that? Who built that in the year 1000? I think this was built in 1162 AD. AD, BC, AD, not BC. BC is before Christ. So after Christ. And who built all the state buildings, and how old are those buildings really? Because we were told that a lot of those buildings were built in the 1800s prior to heavy machinery. So why would people wait until the 1800s to build a lot of these magnificent structures? And how do they do it without heavy machinery? Well, I don't know. That part, I don't know. I'm not an architect. I'm not a builder. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know. But when I was going through my Bible, I decided to take this picture, and I was going to compare it because of the fire a couple of years ago. Remember 2019, the Notre Dame Cathedral caught on fire. As I looked at a bunch of pictures, from what I can tell, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, it doesn't look like this side of the cathedral was damaged by the fire. I did read that the Notre Dame Cathedral was renovated in the mid-1800s, probably about the time that this book was being written. So I don't know if this picture is prior to that renovation or after the renovation. So let's look at the modern day picture of the Notre Dame Cathedral. So here is the picture of the Notre Dame Cathedral. So see that right there? That's completely different right there. These here, they don't look as deep as in the well, the other one's a drawing, but this doesn't look as deep. It's changed. This circle thing has changed, whatever it is. This one's changed right here, this circle. They're different. So, I don't know. How often do they change these buildings? All right. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to your thoughts below.